Chapter 5. Threads Unraveling. Victor stood motionless in the dim glow of his workspace, his pulse gradually steadying after the intoxicating rush of creation had ebbed away. The scent of leather, antiseptic, and the lingering metallic undertone of blood filled the air, a symphony of fragrances both comforting and disconcerting. Before him, his newest masterpiece gleamed, the textures perfect, the stitches flawless. Gabriella had transformed under his skilled fingers, becoming art itself. Yet, as Victor admired his work, a playful, sarcastic whisper brushed against the back of his consciousness, sharp and teasing. "Admiring your handiwork again, Victor. You truly are your biggest fan." Victor's jaw clenched involuntarily, and his heartbeat quickened, a shiver crawling up his spine. He turned sharply, eyes searching the shadows as though expecting Gabriella to emerge, alive and smirking. "No," he murmured, voice edged with irritation. "I'm merely appreciating what you've become." The gloves felt heavier suddenly, their presence shifting from reassuring to oppressive. Gabriella's voice laughed mockingly. "Oh, I see. I should thank you, then, for turning me into one of your twisted little projects." Victor swallowed hard, forcing down the irritation. "You never understood true beauty, Gabriella. You were shallow, disposable. I've made you eternal." The voice scoffed lightly. "Eternal? Oh, Victor, you're fooling yourself. All these stitches and cuts, and still, you're just patching over cracks. You think the world won't eventually see through your pretty little facade?" Victor turned abruptly, seeking refuge in his own reflection in the polished mirror. But even there, shadows flickered and twisted, distorting his image into something monstrous, grotesque. He flinched, staggering back slightly, breathing ragged. "Enough," he whispered harshly, his voice trembling. "They'll see what I want them to see." A sudden knock at the door shattered his reverie. Victor jerked his head up, eyes narrowing, pulse racing anew. He glanced quickly at the clock. Late, too late for any casual visitor. Another knock, louder, insistent. Victor steadied himself, drawing on every ounce of practiced composure before moving to the door. He opened it just enough to peer out, heart hammering beneath his ribcage. "Evening, Mr. Saint-Clair," the uniformed officer greeted politely, eyes quietly observing Victor's carefully neutral expression. "Apologies for disturbing you at this hour." Victor's smile was automatic, charming, practiced. "No trouble at all, officer. How can I assist you?" The officer hesitated, his eyes flicking briefly past Victor into the shadowed studio. "Just routine inquiries, sir. There have been disappearances recently, people of notable status. Gabriella Monet, for example. We're following every lead." Victor's grip tightened subtly on the door handle, his knuckles whitening, though his expression never wavered. "Tragic news indeed," he said smoothly, voice steady. "Gabriella and I crossed paths professionally once or twice, but I hardly knew her personally." The officer nodded slowly, eyes sharp, measuring. "Understood, sir. We're just covering all bases. If anything occurs to you." He extended a business card, crisp edges stark in the dim light. Victor accepted it with forced casualness, feeling the small rectangle burn against his fingertips. "Certainly. I'll reach out immediately." The officer offered a final nod, stepping away into the night, leaving Victor standing in the doorway, heart pounding. Closing the door gently, Victor leaned heavily against it, the facade cracking just enough to let panic seep through. His breath came sharp, shallow gasps, eyes darting frantically to the gloves lying quietly on the table. Gabriella's laughter echoed cruelly in his mind, victorious in his moment of weakness. "Oh, Victor," she whispered, silkily triumphant, "you can patch yourself together, stitch by stitch, but eventually they'll see who you really are." Victor squeezed his eyes shut, fighting desperately to regain control. He took a shuddering breath, shoulders straightening slowly, forced composure returning. He picked up the gloves again, feeling their familiar, sinister embrace enveloping his fingers once more. "No," he whispered, voice low, dangerous, filled with renewed resolve. "They'll see Victor Saint-Clair. They'll see art. And if they look too closely..." A cold smile curved his lips, sharp and brittle in the mirror's reflection. "They'll become art themselves."